Good morning. Super excited to talk to you about this weekend's gospel. It is truly one of my favorites, where we hear that the apostles, right, the soon-to-be apostles, are out on the boat and they're fishing all night. They catch absolutely nothing, right? So they probably would have been pretty discouraged. And they come in and they're washing their nets, they're cleaning up and everything. Jesus shows up. He asks them to, if he can use their boats. He goes out, pushes us a little offshore from the boat. That way he would be able to talk to more people there on the shore. And he's talking, he's preaching, he's saying these amazing things to all the people. And all of a sudden he says to the apostles, he goes, go back out, put out into the deep water, right? Go out into the deep. Which means, I think sometimes if we think about the deep end, if you're in the deep end, your feet aren't on solid ground anymore. Right? So he's asking them to trust him and put your nets out, lower your nets. And Peter's like, we've fished all night, we've caught nothing. Right? Essentially, it's almost like he's saying we quit. I remember when I was a kid and I was like playing basketball and I wasn't very good and like I didn't get played a lot. And I was like, Mom, I quit. And she's like, no, you can't quit. I'm like, but I quit. She's like, you're not a quitter. We don't quit. You got to keep trying. Right? So Jesus says, like, Peter, put your nets out. And he's like, okay, if you're asking me to, I'll do it. Right? And they go out and they end up catching this huge catch of fish. Probably more fish than they'd ever caught before in their lives, right? The most amazing things. And why? What was the difference? They were doing precisely what Jesus asked, right? Jesus asked, they put their faith in him, and they said yes. And the fact of the matter is, we can do a whole lifetime of doing things unsuccessfully or doing things the way we're expecting, right? And not seeing results. Faith takes one time saying, okay, Lord, I'm going to do this. I place my trust in you, even though I don't see how this is going to work or I don't think this is going to work. You're asking me to do it, so I'm going to do it. That is faith. I think sometimes we can think to ourselves that, gosh, I don't have faith yet. I don't trust enough yet. And we can think that it's like this years-long process. Like, if I just try to walk this road with Jesus for the next 50 years, hopefully at the end of 50 years, I'll be able to trust more. And maybe I'll be a lot better at trusting. You can trust perfectly right now by stepping forward in faith. And when Jesus says, hey, when he puts like an inkling on your mind, like this would be a good thing to do. Or, no, you probably shouldn't do that thing. we have perfect faith and perfect trust. If in that moment, for that one decision, we say, okay, I'm going to do what Jesus is asking. And I'm going to do it right now. And why am I going to do it? Because he's asking. And we'll see the fruit of it. It'll happen. It'll be amazing. Even if we don't see the fruit of it, we have to know that the Lord is working within us. And you know what that does when we make that decision to have faith? Then the next time, it makes it easier. And the next time, it makes it easier. And so, yes, we can progress in just how natural it becomes to us to make those decisions of faith. Faith can become just more natural and become kind of the water we swim in, right? Maybe it's harder to do right now, but God gives you the grace. He's asking, he makes it possible, and he's the one that makes the fruit happen. So when Jesus says, go cast your net out one more time, go do this one more time, even if it hasn't been working, when Jesus asks it, let us say yes. Let us step forward in faith, let us step forward in trust, and see the amazing things that God will make happen. Trust in the Lord today, and have an amazing one. God bless you.